That's not easy for Crawford. I mean, it's Canelo has the big advantage, but Crawford needs to manage well his body, his speed, and his power, because he's moving up to another level of weight.
I asked this because you did it with Margarito.
Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jamel Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rock?
Warnings are pouring in from across the boxing world, with many insisting Terence Crawford is making one of the biggest mistakes of his career by challenging Canelo Alvarez. After years of anticipation, the showdown is finally set. Crawford will take on Saul Canelo Alvarez on September 13th in Las Vegas for Canelo's undisputed super middleweight championship. Both men are widely regarded as among the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of this era, and each understands that a loss could mark the end of their time at the summit of the...
I'm going with Terence Crawford, you know. Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you...
Amir Khan has already cautioned Terence Crawford about stepping in against Canelo Alvarez. And although Crawford remains confident he can rise to the occasion, he has openly admitted that 2 elements of Canelo's style give him genuine concern. Speaking candidly, Crawford pointed to Canelo's size and devastating power as the most dangerous factors. Over the years, Canelo has earned a brutal reputation for his punching strength, with more than half of his victories coming by knockout. Crawford insists is not intimidated by the challenge, yet even he acknowledges the size gap is impossible to ignore. In a September 2024 interview with TMZ Sports, he said, "This fight is massive, definitely. You've got 2 guys who are top 3 pound-for-pound going head-to-head. I understand Canelo is bigger than me, but I'm up for the challenge. I think it's a very intriguing fight." His words reflect confidence, but also awareness. Crawford knows this isn't just another bout, it's an entirely different battlefield, and the danger involved is very real.
Yeah, I don't think that should happen. Look, I like Crawford, and I think Canelo is a beast that way. Honestly, I would advise Crawford not to do that.
Mexican boxing icon Juan Manuel Marquez didn't hold back when asked for his prediction. In a social media video, he confidently backed Canelo Alvarez to beat Terence Crawford not by decision, but by knockout. It's a dangerous fight for Terence Crawford. Maybe Canelo wins by knockout, Marquez said, offering one of the most direct forecasts anyone of his stature has made. His prediction isn't alone, either. Many analysts view this matchup as a steep uphill climb for Crawford, largely due to Canelo's superior size and natural physical advantage.
I like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right, weight classes.
You know what?
Right?
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes for And Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimo.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with
Super welterweight champion Israel Madrimov echoed that warning with even sharper conviction. Speaking to Ringside 24, he dismissed Crawford's chances outright. Not even close, he said. Canelo is too strong, too experienced at this weight. Crawford is a great fighter, but moving up to 168 pounds is a huge risk. Canelo's power and body shots will be too much for him. I don't see it being competitive. Madrimov's cold, matter-of-fact assessment reflects what many insiders believe. This isn't Spence. This isn't Potter. Crawford is stepping in with a naturally bigger man who knows how to use every inch and every pound of his advantage.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, you know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts.
The Hall of Fame promoter helped guide Crawford's rise and has praised his skill for years, yet even he isn't siding with his former fighter this time. Speaking with Fight Hub TV, Arum didn't sugarcoat his view. I think Canelo wipes the floor with him. I love Crawford. I told you when Crawford fought Spence that he'd beat the hell out of him, but Canelo is a different proposition. It's an interesting fight, but there's only one winner. Canelo is used to fighting at this level, and I don't think Terence can hurt him, but Canelo can hurt Terence. To Arum, Crawford may be the most technically gifted boxer in the game, but this matchup isn't decided by skill alone. It's about physical punishment, and Arum believes Canelo brings far more that than Crawford can win.
What do you think of Crawford Canelo? There's a lot of talk about that.
I think Canelo wipes the floor with him. I love Crawford. I told you when Crawford and Spence that Crawford would beat the hell out of him, but Canelo is a different proposition. It's an interesting fight, but I think there's only one winner. What fight would make the most?
Why do you feel he wipes the floor with him?
What?
Is it because of the weight difference?
Because Canelo, Canelo is used to.
Eddie Hearn, who has worked closely with Canelo in recent years, believes the fight's physical demands will be the key factor. Speaking to Boxing Social, he noted that Crawford isn't just jumping to 168. He only recently moved to 154 after previously competing at 147, 140, and 135. I just think the size is too much, Hearn said. He added that even in Crawford's recent outings at 154, he didn't appear physically dominant, raising doubts about how he'll handle Canelo's strength at super middleweight.
Now, what the media is reporting, and it's circulating, is that Canelo Crawford is the biggest fight of the decade. I mean, to a purist and a fighter, it's laughable. Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov.
Hearn pointed directly to Crawford's bout with Israel Madrimov, suggesting the American didn't look fully comfortable against a naturally strong 154-pounder, and now is expected to face a true 168-pound powerhouse. I think he struggled with Madrimov, who's a strong 154-pounder, and he'll really feel it against Canelo, Hearn said. Still, Hearn isn't dismissing Crawford's brilliance. He admits Crawford's movement, skill, and ring IQ could give Canelo real problems. Yet even with those advantages, Hearn doubts they'll be enough to overcome the massive size and power disparity in Canelo's favor.
Favoring Crawford in the fight, or has your opinion changed?
I mean, I've always favoured Canelo in the fight.
Well, I've heard that you want Canelo to win, but you feel
of course,
big.
Yeah, I like Terence. I've worked a lot with Canelo, and I think just because of what I saw in Riyadh and because of the threat, and he's getting on as well, Crawford, but it's just like the mindset of Crawford. Like, there's no doubt in Terence Crawford's mind that he wins this fight. And when you spend a bit of time with him, you kind of start buying into that.
Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez is entering this fight with something rare for him: anger. After their New York face-off, he admitted his taking the matchup personally. That shift suggests Crawford may face a far more dangerous Canelo than the composed version seen against Golovkin or Ryder.
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Earl Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. So I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make.
Canelo pointed to his 2021 fight with Billy Joe Saunders as a warning. Like Crawford, Saunders tried to provoke him and enjoyed early success, boxing smoothly and causing frustration. But the momentum ended when Canelo unleashed a brutal uppercut that shattered Saunders' orbital bone. The Brit stayed on his stool after round 8 and has never fought again, a reminder of how quick...
Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jamel Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky?
Canelo told Fight Hub TV that the fight has become personal. I respected him. I don't respect him anymore because he said, I'm not going to do what they tell me to do. Then he tried to, Maybe Turkey Alalshik told him, "Hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. The Mexican superstar made it clear he didn't like the way Crawford behaved during the build-up." And when asked what an angry Canelo would look like on fight night, his response sounded less like an answer and more like a warning. "You watched the Saunders fight, right? He pissed me off. So it's going to be almost the same." Mentality add an entirely new layer to the matchup. This is no longer just a tactical chess game, it could become a hunt. Canelo believes Crawford disrespected him and is now stepping into his territory at 168 pounds without the natural size to protect himself still. Canelo didn't ignore Crawford's resume. He recognizes this isn't just another title defense. Crawford may be the most complete fighter he has ever faced. Yet in Canelo's eyes, technical brilliance means little when the physical gap is this large, and the damage he intends to deliver is personal. He's a good fighter. He's a great fighter, Canelo said. But this is one of the best fights of my career, and I think I'm going to show who I am.